If you know me, you know that Karl Pilkington is my favorite philosopher. Today, I am at a very small rural town in Middle Tennessee called Morrison at the town park, and I'm going to donate the collected literary works of philosopher Karl Pilkington to their blessings box, donation box, book box, free public library. You know, those boxes that people put books in and other people come and take them. That's what we're going to do. So let me show you what we got here. Like I said, this is everything that Karl has published. Karl has published. He did. We'll get to that in a second. I love the guy. I do. The World of Karl Pilkington. That's the first one. Karlology. An Idiot Abroad. The Further Adventures of an Idiot Abroad. You can kind of start to get a theme with these at this point. The Moaning of Life. More Moaning. And then Happy Slapped by a Jellyfish. Now, why am I getting rid of... I'm sincere when I say that Karl is my favorite philosopher. I absolutely adore him. I go as far as to say that Karl Pilkington is my spirit animal. I identify with him profoundly, but these books are not very good, as much as I hate to say it. I bought all these and I thought that I would really just learn something new about Karl, about his thoughts, about his views of existence, and I really didn't. Most of these books are kind of like a cash grab. Karl's dissertations through RSK, I think, are phenomenal. And I re-listen to those dissertations regularly. They're in constant rotation on my phone. I've got all of his speeches and poetry. His poetry is phenomenal. I think Karl was a great poet. I say was because he doesn't really write any longer. But all of his dissertations through RSK, I think that's the heart of what makes Karl, and that's what makes his mind so valuable to us. These books, I mean, Happy Slapped by a Jellyfish is probably the best of all of them, because you do get some photographs and there's some photographs of his explorations, because he was an explorer. He traveled the world exploring. But there's also some, cartoon tellings of some of his experiences. This is probably the best of the bunch. These others, though, they're kind of just like transcriptions of his dissertations with RSK. And then the stuff that's based on the TV shows, like The Moaning of Life is a great series. I love The Moaning of Life. But if you've seen it, there's really no need to have the books. I think a lot of these things, especially The Idiot Abroad, these are just kind of like, they were published to just get some cash, is honestly what they were for. Something that would be at a checkout line maybe, I don't know, and you would see them. And then these early ones that are much more heavier, I guess you could say gervaised, are just there's not much substance in here. It's got some illustrations and stuff, but it's kind of just like that early 2000s style of illustration where it's like a photo collage, and some of them have Karl's drawings in them, which I found nice. So like The World of Karl Pilkington, you could see some of his sketch work. For example, I just opened it up to this page, Eat a Knob at Night, classic bit, and you can see his drawing of a DJ performing that in front of a roaring audience. So there's that aspect of it, but it's not enough to warrant buying these, to be honest with you. And it kind of breaks my heart to say so, because like I said, I adore Karl. He is my spirit animal, but these books, not worth a whole lot. So I'm going to put them in the donation box over there. Let's go take a look. Just to give you a quick pan around of where I'm at, this is an extremely small town. I would be very surprised if anyone within 100 miles of here knows who Karl Pilkington is. I'm probably the only person around that has the slightest clue. In fact, some of you that are watching this probably don't even know who Karl Pilkington is, and if that's the case, why are you watching this? Quit being so weird. Here's the book box. Life is better with books and cats. Here's the blessings box where you could donate food and stuff like that. When I was here last time, there was a bunch of perishable food in here, and I'm very glad to see that that's all been cleared out. Rather empty, but there are some cans of chicken and rice, green beans, corn, it looks like. And then here's the book box, the free public library, if you will, and you can see it is darn empty. Now this is interesting because when I was here about a week and a half ago, I donated a whole bunch of sword and sorcery books to this thing. I probably put about 10 of them in here, and they're all gone. Some of my own books, I'm an author as well, I put some of my own books in there, and they're gone too. In fact, the other stuff that was in here, which wasn't much, is gone, and we got some new items. Let's take a quick look and see what's in here. Alright, so these look like kids' books. We got The Candy Makers by Wendy Mass. She is a New York Times bestseller, so bless your heart, Wendy. Septimus Bean and His Amazing Machine by Janet Quinn Harkin. Pictures by Art Cummings. And then Barbie Horse Show Camp. Brody Borrows Money, Lisa Bullard. And then this is probably, oh, I don't know which sect this would be from. I don't know, man. That's not very glamorous. Not my kind of ideal right there. Of all the things to idolize, I don't quite get it, but put it out there for people to see. All right, anyways, got that, we got that. I think that's actually more gory than my sword and sorcery books I put in here earlier. Anyways, let's load this up with some Karl. All right. World of Karl Pilkington, Karlology, Idiot Abroad, Further Adventures of an Idiot Abroad, Moaning of Life, More Moaning, and then Happy Slapped by a Jellyfish, the words of Karl Pilkington. So, a little bit more full than it was before. We'll see if anybody picks those up. I'd be very curious. It'd be nice if I could get someone to leave a little note as far as what they thought of the things that I'm putting in here, but that's unlikely to happen. All right, that's all I got to say. I guess one final word. Always remember, if you haven't got eyes, you shouldn't have wings.